Like,
we're not paying for this. We're not paying for down payment. So
yeah.
start saving.
Start saving more now. Hey, this is Ricardo Braddick, aka Real Estate Braddick. And today's episode, end of the year, a full year of what happened and what's going on. And who better to bring than the guy that started this with me, David Madrid from...
What's up? David Madrid with Infinite Lending.
Nice. So yeah, man, he started the first one with me.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Hey, heck yeah. Hey, Merry Christmas, by the way.
Merry Christmas.
So he started this with me, and yeah, man, it's been a ride. You know, we've gotten quite a few interviews after that, and now we're here at the end of the year. Today is actually December 26th, and man, I'm excited. For this new 2024.
Yeah, exactly. Super excited, man.
Yeah,
and I'm glad to be here.
Heck
glad
yeah,
to
man.
be here.
I appreciate you.
And I mean, truly powerful that you envisioned something and you took action, and we got the full setup now. It's like, dude, I love it, dude.
Awesome, bro. I
Hell
appreciate
bro.
you because I got a lot of your, opinions and help too. So, but yeah, we're going to talk about like this whole year, man, how crazy it's been in real estate.
Yeah.
Our own personal journeys.
For sure.
So yeah, man, how was your personal journey this year in 2023?
It's been different than the last couple of years. I'm in lending, obviously. Real estate got hit hard. Things changed drastically very fast, and in comparison to the last couple of years, man, it's been a different year.
Yeah, they're like rates and housing and inventory and all that good stuff.
Yeah, all that stuff, and that's happened in real estate, and seeing the domino effect of a lot of people that left the industry.
Oh yeah.
And I'm still here, right?
Nice.
Infinite Lending. We're going into 2024 with big vision and a lot of execution and taking that one step, right? That's my biggest thing, and I mean, I'm still working on it. Had a lot of tamales this just over the weekend, with Christmas, and but taking that one step, it's okay to have that great vision, but having that roadmap and taking that one step. We all have a different roadmap too. So, I've seen a lot of different blueprints, and some of them just don't align with me, and that's perfectly fine. That's okay. Right. But yet we got to take those steps. So
yeah, you have to make that. Sometimes those first steps we're pushed into that step because of a situation work-wise, right?
100%.
Because I know you were working with a company. It was just kind of, we won't mention the company. What was it? Haas Hrantry. Anyways, and so it pushed you to say, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm gonna open my own thing and do it the way I feel is gonna be best for my customers.
Right. That was, and we were talking about that's kind of the biggest win of 2023 is opening Infinite Lending, and not to say anything bad about anything, because I honestly don't have generally anything bad to say. It's just I've seen things the way they've been done, and I just didn't like it.
Right.
There's certain things that I know I've done better, I've done different, and I was looking for yet another blueprint, but I am the blueprint.
Yeah.
I have to create my own roadmap, and that's what pushed me into Infinite Lending. And there was a lot of talk, like now they're talking about rates going down again. I heard that noise late 2022, early 2023. By May, this is going to happen. And, I opened the company in May, and things just got worse. So it was like the worst time to open a company. Yep. Very, very honest with you. Like, I was not expecting what happened, June, and you were all expecting 5% mortgage interest rates. And it went the opposite direction.
So it's almost 8, right?
Yeah, it went 6 and then 7, and I was like, "Oh, double digits! Here we come!" Here I am with the brand new company, and it took me. I was doing the math last week, and it took me just under 90 days to fund my first loan.
Nice.
And in that month, there was 3 loans.
Nice.
So it was like, oh my God, like that's why I'm here, right?
And imagine with that rate being that high, and when it does go down, how much more it's going to come at you, man. How much more business,
for sure. So right now, I mean, it depends on who you ask. I'm not, I'm funding several loans. November, I think I had 0, but this month I had 2 already in December. So it's like, I'm building the systems and built that system out already, and I'm super excited for 2024, man. But 2023, my biggest win has been opening Infinite Lending at the worst time.
Yeah.
And surviving and going into the new year. And
the funny thing for you, it's opposite for me, right? So I started at the worst time when it was hectic. I mean, houses were going overpriced, and you know, I'm just getting in.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I've been in real estate, so I had a little bit of confidence in what I was doing. But this year, with the rates gone up, I actually picked up more business than I've had in the last 2.5 years. And so, you know, that to me has been my, you know, benefit or great thing for 2023, a blessing for 2023, that I actually received more business this year. And of course, hope to receive even more next now that I've established myself. Everything's going smooth, you know. But yeah, man, that's freaking crazy that for some companies, it could be the reverse for others, you know, for other businesses.
100%, yeah. 100%.
Heck yeah. So you ate a bunch of tamales, huh? So we ate pozole, enchiladas, and yeah, I think I gained 5 pounds in this last weekend.
I didn't even step on the scale.
Right?
Like, I'm good. I know I definitely put in some weight. So
yeah, for sure. Well, just next year, you know, we just got to get back at it.
100%.
And get ourselves back to shape and maybe not eating so much, but
yeah.
So, hey, so I had a question. So does anything change in a sense with clients now, how you feel about it when you're doing their loan? Because now this is your company. This is your reputation than it did when you were with another company. Or did you do the same because you still have your pride in your damn work and, you know what I'm saying, and helping everybody out? But is there any feeling of change of you running your own company to working for a company?
100%. And I say that in the sense that, I mean, I always cared for my clients, always will. But the biggest difference is I control the process from start to finish, from the intake, of a conversation of discovery, right? Talking about down payment, your income, credit, employment history, all of that, to the funding, to the delivery. Like, I showed up to a closing last week.
Okay.
And the process in between has always been relied on another person, like the processing, and I now control that.
Right.
So if I see something, you know, if I see something not moving fast enough, as the owner of the company, I can jump in and say, "Hey, what's going on with this?"
Right.
A
little more
as before, it wasn't. And and I was in a retail environment, and as a broker, there's a lot of pros and cons to both sides. I'll be very, very honest with you, but I'll be transparent. I would never go back to retail, if that says anything about that. But there is differences. There is huge differences in certain aspects. But there's also a lot of fear in going into one side versus the other. And, you know, you just got to find find what works for you. Brokering and creating a company, Infinite Lending, works for me. And to answer your question, yes, 100%, because I can control, the narrative, the story, I literally control from start to finish.
And again, this is a reputation thing too, of your personal brand. And so it kind of gets a little more intimidating in that sense, that you have to put that extra effort, even more effort, even though you should be working for somebody, right? But we all know we sometimes don't. So when you have your own company and that's your reputation, that's your, you know, what you have to show. Hey, I'm it, man, and I'm going to make sure you get taken care of.
And honestly, I think it pushed me going into Infinite Lending. Like you said, it's my reputation. I'm the one. Right. It pushed me into a different level. Matrix, my favorite movie. He knows. You know, it pushed me into a different level. For example, right now I have the Ultimate Client Experience 2.0. Like, it's been in the making for like the last 8 years. Because it's evolved. You know, I've went from just taking a client to, you know, having a conversation, having them e-sign, and off you go. Like, that's literally the order taking that I started, you know, 8 years ago. It was, you know, pick up the phone and, you know, have conversations and, you know, grind. And that's where I started my journey. But it also made me and build, you know, some systems that I have now. For sure. That only make me better.
You can kind of pick things off of other places of what you like
100%.
and say, you know, I'm going to bring this, and this from these companies into what I, you know, kind of want to do to make it one nice, well-oiled machine, as they say.
There you go. Yep. So.
Nice, man.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, so another question, because for me it's different, but in a sense for you, how is it now that you own your own company? How does it kind of like affect family, right? Is there more hours, less hours? You know what I'm saying? I know sometimes they say, oh yeah, get your own company and you work less hours, but it's 24/7, right?
Yeah.
So is it anything that you see a difference of time with family maybe?
Yeah.
Is there anything like that changes at all?
There is, and that goes to a schedule, scheduling time, and it actually brought my immediate family, my wife, my kiddos, even more involved in my business. Like my wife is the creative one when it comes to, a lot of different things for open houses that we do. Like she creates like these amazing, like 3D printed things.
Advertising
I'm a guy, like fucking care about that, to be honest with you. Like it's cute, but again, back to your question, like it brought us together.
Yeah.
But time management has been like yet another level because
you have to.
We have Muay Thai on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I make time for that.
Yep.
Sometimes there has been the last couple of weeks times that I haven't been able to make it just because of other things. But
yeah, it's normal.
Prioritizing and time managing has been very important, dude. Yeah.
Okay. So
but it brought us together even more.
Because they can help. Now it's not like if you went to a job, right? You go work at somewhere. Hey, I'm gonna bring the whole family in and help me bag groceries. Right. You can't be doing that, right? Now if it's your own store, saying you can be like, hey, go over there and do those groceries. Help that old lady out and take her to the But you can't do that if you're working for somebody. But now that it does. That's true.
Yeah. So huge shout out to my wife Dana, my daughter Sophia. She's actually right here with us. She goes with me to open houses and, we meet and greet, but also showing her though, like the things that I've seen her like do is very powerful.
Yeah.
Like, there's things that she's negotiating, like she negotiates things, having conversations. And I'm like, why are you negotiating with me? Like, what are you doing?
She's watching
and,
you.
Super proud of that. And then Nick, Noah, we just use those as models. Those two are models.
Right.
Model kids.
They're props.
But again, they're all involved, which I love.
Yeah, that's
man.
good. So, okay, so more involvement now that it's your own business. That actually, I like that right there. So
yeah. So Ricardo, in 2023, was there anything that scared you or brought some goosebumps in your arms?
Yeah, kind of like, oh shit, yeah, man. That NAR thing. Remember, not NRA.
Yeah.
In our first video, I think we said NRA.
I did a video. NAR.
So NAR lawsuits, it just kind of opens your eyes of the market changing or the business changing, right? And so for me, it definitely kind of opened my eyes to shoot, man, because I like being a buyer's agent. I really do. I mean, I don't mind doing the sellers because I've done it before, but buyer's agent because I really love helping people get into their home. Yeah. I know what it's done for me and my family, investing into homes and getting into this new beautiful home, and that's what I appreciate when I do this job. And so that's probably what the one that really opened up my eyes to say, man, if they have to pay commissions now, that's gonna suck. And so that was probably the one thing this year that the interest rates, they go up and down, you're kind of like, oh shit, but I was still getting business, they were complaining about their, rate being a little higher. And I was, you always talk to them and say, hey, listen, rates are going to be doing this up and down. When it goes down, you refi. But yeah, this definitely kind of woke me up a little bit on who's going to pay those commissions. And we talked about this.
Yes, we did.
And that's, is it going to be you guys being able to put them into the loan? Is it going to be, they have to come up with more money now besides the damn down?
Yeah.
And so it definitely opens your eyes like, shoot. But I think it's still a while away. So I'm not worried about it, as in a sense right now or even the beginning of 2024. Because I feel it's going to be, down the road with, appeals and stuff like that.
Yeah. That could be very scary, man. We're not paying for this. We're not paying for down payment. So start saving.
Start saving more now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would probably be the only one. So yeah, man, this year has been, trippy year, but we got 2024 coming. Yep. And it's also, guess what?
Election year.
Election year, man.
Yes.
And so we're kind of hoping things change a little so it benefits everybody, right? We need people to definitely
change.
We want people to be prosperous on earth, Right. And so we got an election year coming. You got big plans for what you have planned coming with your business?
Yeah. Growth. It is election year, and historically it's, things magically change, whatever, for the better. And sometimes it's temporary, but we're hoping this time it changes. And in the different course than where we're at today, unfortunately. So as far as business, growth, I'm looking to hire 5 to 10 loan officers potentially in the next 12 to 24 months.
Nice.
They have to be, professional, accountable, and knowledgeable. Those are the 3 things and factors that I'm looking for, making sure that, they're in this for the long term. It's not it is a job. We do, work for a living, but I want you to enjoy what you do. And, I truly believe that I've built building a platform that can help loan officers succeed
for sure
and accomplish their goals. So
nice. And then hopefully with, like I said, the rates going down, because like you say, they temporarily do some things to kind of make it look nice, before the election. But with that going down, there's going to be more business, more people coming back into the market. Yeah. And so, man, that's a pretty good expansion there.
Yeah. I've done it before.
Yeah.
2020, but I just grew too fast. So I'm going to take it slow this time.
Yeah, for sure. No, and again, you learn from your past, right?
100%.
So, this 2023 has been a crazy year, but we're going to learn from this, because 2 or 3 years down the road, we're going to be like, remember 2023? You just said right now, hey, 2020, I did this, right? So our past always sometimes helps define the future.
For sure.
And so, man, that's pretty interesting. Yeah, do it slow, take your time, do it right.
For sure.
Was that sort of the song or what? Take your time, do it right.
Right.
So for me, man, I hope I get a little busier is okay. I've told you before, I'm a personal realtor. I just want to help one client at a time, one buyer, one seller, and so I don't mind having a couple more. I don't need a lot more. I just need a couple more than I did this year. And I do have pending stuff that, it's just a matter of when the trigger gets pulled, as they say, figuratively speaking. So for sure, this next year, 2024, man, if it's a little bigger, great, and then I can make some more moves, in real estate, right? Looking at getting that condo in Miami. So, I need some things to move for myself as well to be able to do that, and then Airbnb that out so that, people can enjoy a nice place over there in Florida.
Miami, let's go.
Welcome to Miami.
There you go.
So, man, 2024.
It's going to be a great year, bro.
Yeah.
You're going to get that condo in Miami for sure.
What do you think the rates are going to be next year? Like, how low do you think they'll potentially get?
Probably in the low 5s. Because right now depending on situation, I'm not advertising rates. We're in the low 6s, high 5s. So I truly believe we're going to get to the low 5s and be able to buy down into the 4s. Yeah. Which is kind of where we're at today. So another full point probably.
Damn, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, actually, I was just talking that with my dad. Shout out to my mom and dad. That we were talking about for him to refi.
Yeah.
Because he got, I don't know what it was, 625 or 6 something. And so he wants to definitely refi, put a little more money down, and go from there. But yeah, we were talking about that I told him possibly in the mid 5s that we would be next year. So yeah, hopefully, man, so he can knock it down. I mean, I want him a whole 4%, lower, because that would definitely help him, not just a little bit. I need him to go at least a full 4%.
Yeah.
To save him some money. But speaking of that, we were talking about that PMI.
Okay.
How can he remove that again? The 20%, right? But does he have to?
I think we did the math at the time when we did the home. When we went, I think we went FHA, didn't we?
I don't remember, dude. That's what I was asking him.
I got to look at, because I remember giving him comparison between the two, and I'm pretty sure 20% wasn't going to make any sense because of the amount of money he was going to save.
Right.
Because on a conventional loan, the rate was going to be higher. And I believe that's what we had. If he's in the 6s, we might be able to look into a refi right now.
Yeah,
but and we also the PMI.
And it's not to pull out money. It's literally just to remove the PMI and lower the rate.
Yeah.
Right. So so next year we'll look at that to possibly do that. Unless he goes on his own and does it with somebody else. But
so I'll answer your question though. To remove PMI, if you have a conventional loan, to remove PMI, you have to have under 80%. So the loan to value, meaning the balance of your loan versus the home property, has to be 80% or less. You can pay down and get to that point. You don't have to refinance if you have a conventional loan. You would have to call the servicer, wherever you're making your payments to, and ask them, let them know, hey, I would like to remove PMI. What's going to happen is they're going to do request an appraisal, and then they'll adjust that, and then they'll remove the PMI that way. You don't have to refinance. You don't have to pay a couple $1,000s to do that. Now, FHA is different.
Yeah.
FHA is completely different. FHA, there's two options. You have mortgage insurance for the life of the loan, and it or 11 years. Those are the two options, depending on the amount of money you put down payment. As of today, if you put more than 10% on an FHA loan, the PMI falls off after 11 years. If you put less than 10% down, then that mortgage insurance will stay on the loan for the life of the loan, like whatever term, however you paid off faster.
So he would have to refi with a whole new.
If he's in an FHA, he would have to refinance to be able to take that PMI. Okay. But again, right now we are still not even. It would be more expensive, I believe, to go to an conventional loan because of a higher rate,
right,
than to try to refinance him. So it won't make
any
sense
we'll just
right
wait
now.
till again it really. We see a bigger drastic change here in the middle of the next year, or the end of next year, where we see things really drop where it makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Now I can go back and tell him that information.
Yep, for sure.
So this week, it's the last week.
That's it.
It's the last week of the year.
2023.
So you have any things that are closing in all this week, or are you going to take this one kind of more easier? Yeah. I mean, we just had Christmas yesterday, and then New Year's is coming.
So right now, I have one committed client that we're working to get him under contract. Everyone else is just interested.
Yeah.
Right. So it's the end of the year. You know, we want to lay back and enjoy these holidays spent with the family.
Yeah.
So we'll probably lay low for a little bit. I got a couple appointments at the end of the week.
Okay.
And just creating content for next year already. So
yeah, man. Yeah.
But,
so
yeah.
Same here. Yeah. Just this week, kind of lay low. Pretty much last 6 months. Last 6 months I've been laying low. This week, just content, and then man, just get started for the new year.
Yeah.
Well, 2024 is coming, guys. Let's go. So be prepared. Do what you're doing, hustling, working, and everything will work out for the best, man. But you become lazy, then, like they say in France, laissez compétent. Don't be lazy and competent.
Je m'appelle? What?
Anyways, well, thank you, senor.
Guys. Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Awesome. Wrap up, and hopefully everyone has a great 2024.
Yes.
Be blessed. And this is Real Estate Braddick out. And with my new little thing. Oh, man, I screwed that one up, didn't I? Listen, guys. Real Estate Braddick out. Another great open house.
Go.